Hello friends. So today our third lecture will discuss about what is proxy. So definitely we are working with bluecoat proxy. You should know what is proxy. Last lecture I explained you about the bluecoat and today I will discuss what is proxy. So everyone I think they are aware of the networking parts. So in the networking parts one features also the one devices or we can say one things that exist called proxy. So if you see whenever any connection or communication happen in real time in any scenario, so there is one machine and there is one another machine that can communicate. So this is my source machine, this is my source machine, and this is my destination. Sorry. Destination. Now if suppose in case any source want to communicate with any destination, so they are communicating directly, correct, from this to this. So here the drawback is that this destination person will able to see the source, its header, everything. So he's able to understand the source. But what proxy does? Proxy will send traffic from this source to the destination on behalf of it. Now the traffic will not go like this. Okay, traffic will go as here the proxy will place. Now this is my proxy. Now the traffic source will be my machine, destination for his is a proxy, and then this traffic, this packet, once the packet is coming to the same packet like to the proxy, the same packet will go to the destination. So the whatever the source is communicating to the destination is sending by the proxy. So proxy is sitting between the source and the destination. So here the benefit of the proxy, we are going to discuss about this. So this is the benefit of the proxy. First of all, we will discuss about the internal hide networks. Internal hide network. If you see in the diagram, now previously the source is communicating to the destination, means the destination will know, like suppose destination, and if anyone can, it can be like suppose we are taking the example of hacker. If suppose he will find the source, then he definitely find all its IP address and everything, and he will scan and find the vulnerability and try to exploit it. But in the place of the traffic is going to the proxy, if suppose my machine is sitting at LAN network, this is my LAN network, and my source is sitting on the subnet 192.168.1.0/24, and my proxy is on the DMZ side, and its subnet is 192.168.2.0/24, which is in different subnet. So the destination will only know the subnet called proxy subnet. It will hide this internal networks. So anything whatever try to scan, this attacker want to scan, he will scan to this proxy only. So he will not able to understand the internal network. So this is one of the features of proxy. And another feature is called cache. So if suppose this is my source If this source is tried to communicate to the destination, like called example, any he downloaded one movie, suppose once he downloaded one in movie. So if suppose you have created this rule that in the proxy this movie has to be cached. So if suppose it is cached on the proxy, first time the request will go to the internet, and then the communication will come and the proxy will save this communication, this movie on the proxy itself. So because it's already it cached that movie. So what happened once, suppose the next user will go, suppose this is my next machine on the same LAN, and this also try to communicate about the same movie. So this time the request will not go to the internet. The proxy already cached in the devices that movie. So what happened, this person will uh, try to communicate that movie and take the movie from the proxy itself. It will not go to the internet. So this is the cache features. Another benefit we are getting is that by doing this, one time only he downloaded the movie, correct? So another user, whatever whoever is coming the next user, he do not want he do not want so he will not go to the internet. It will take the from the proxy, means our bandwidth is saving. So it's giving the features called bandwidth saving. So now the third features we have, fourth feature we have web filtering and content filtering. Now do you know why we are using proxy for web filtering and content filtering? Normal firewall also will do the same thing, right? So why we are using this proxy for this content filtering and web filtering? I will give the proper answer for this to you. Suppose you are working at a big enterprise customer. Here is a internet connectivity. Here you have router or whatever. So but suppose you are going to go for the enterprise firewall. If you have here enterprise firewall, big firewall. Now in this firewall is connected to this L3 switch. It's connected to L3 switch. This is my enterprise firewall, big firewall. And this is my L3 switch. Then from here we have multiple departments called here I can connect that L3 department, this L2 switch. Here we have sales department. This is my management department, and this is my IT department example. Management department, sales, IT department. Now and here are many machines are sitting in these management devices. many machines are seated over here. Now suppose this user, number one user will try to access facebook.com, and suppose now we are enable the features of web filtering on this firewall. If suppose this user is going to access facebook.com, so the first packet will go to my L2 switch, then it will go to my L3 switch, then the traffic will come to the firewall. Okay, so once the traffic will come to the firewall, what firewall will do? Firewall has many features. First, it will check the anti-spoofing, DDoS protection, its architecture, whatever it's having, the traffic flow, then ACL, routing, netting, whatever the things are there, everything it will check. So suppose this one user is going to this particular firewall and for accessing facebook.com, if suppose there are plenty of users, example called 1000 or 2000 users, all the traffic will come to the firewall, enterprise firewall, then definitely the load will come as it will become very huge, right? So what we'll do, instead of to make the load less, so we are deploying here L2 transparent firewall, not here transparent firewall. So whenever the users will do any request of facebook.com, so the traffic will go to this transparent firewall. facebook.com will block over here itself. It will not going to go to the enterprise firewall. So if suppose I want to block facebook.com, like so many categories are there, this traffic will not go to my this enterprise firewall. It will go to my only L2 switch, L2 switch, then transparent firewall. In this transparent firewall, it will block the connection. So this traffic will not go to the enterprise firewall. If the traffic will allow, suppose, and then it will go to the enterprise firewall, we will disable the feature of URL filtering at the enterprise firewall. So it will it will do only the packet filter only, like ACL and the other features. If required, you can do that. So definitely now we are placing this transparent firewall. So if suppose there are number of departments are more, it is possible to purchase this much transparent firewall? It is not possible. So that's why we are using called proxy. So whenever the request from user 1, it will go to the L3, and whatever the rules has been allowed or denied, it will block over itself. It's allow, it will go to the enterprise firewall and out. The load of the enterprise firewall will become now less, and the proxy will taking care part of the web filtering and the whatever the application control. So here the our proxy, your bluecoat proxy, is supporting the web content filtering. So here that's why one of the big thing that you can answer to the for the interview question, like is why the proxy requires. So it's a dedicated devices, and it is mostly used. It is mostly for the compliance purposes. There is a compliance to have the proxy in every environment. So that's why we require the bluecoat proxy. We require the proxy. So that's why we are using web filtering and content filtering. We are getting the features called application control, like we can block like application like YouTube application, Facebook application, its application like chatting, Gmail, send mail. We can see the mail, but we cannot send the mail. So what are so many options are there? Oh frick, we can able to send the mails, but we can able to view the mails, but cannot. We want to block the mail to send to the particular destination. We can do that. Facebook chat, video post, everything we can block it. Malware scanning, we have the features called malware scanning. It will block, take the action as per your requirement. SSL feature is having a logging and reporting. So many features you will get in the bluecoat proxy. We'll learn ahead. Thank you for this lecture.